Hello guys, we got a Friday MLB June 10th PrizePicks slate to go over for today. All these games are actually going to be taking place in the afternoon and night depending on where you are. So going to be posting the full plays list that I usually do on Twitter in the afternoon for tomorrow. I do have some plays listed already on my Twitter if you want to go ahead and check those out. But here are going to be the plays and the reasons that I do like them. So we're starting off with strikeouts. First inning runs a lot today. Not really a fan of any of those props, so not going to take any as of now. Strikeouts, there are two. First one, Luis Garcia, 4.5 against the Marlins. The Marlins have Jesus Sanchez back, and he's a heavy K guy. He is a lefty, but he still strikes out about 27% of the time. So another strikeout bat in there for Garcia, who on the year, he's been pretty solid. And for his K percentage, 23.5% on the year, 26.4% last year, and there's certainly, I would say, there's some room for more strikeouts, but really as is, like, he had a really weird game, 2 strikeouts last time, and he went 7, but that's probably just an outlier game. You're not going to see something like this again, and look at his other starts. He's getting Ks, he has that potential to get a lot of them, and this Marlins team, they don't strike out a ton, but, they're kind of righties. K rate, Miami right there, 19th, 21.5. WRC plus, they're really good, 116, but they're going to be away here. Houston playing at home, and they only have 3.7 run total, and they're pretty righty heavy, so that's definitely going to be good for Luis Garcia's sake. So I think just at 4.5, it's a little bit too low, probably going to get bumped to 5, so I would say you got to play this tonight. And then Joe Musgrove at 5.5. So attacking Colorado again. That Logan Webb play on Thursday, that was ridiculous. His defense just failed him. They got 4 errors in the 4th and 5th innings and just basically ruined Webb's start. So that was definitely very tough. But this time we're attacking them with San Diego. And Joe Musgrove, he is a very, very good pitcher now. And looking at Colorado's stats again, when they face away right-handed starters, they're horrible. WRC plus, if you want to take fantasy score, I think that's fine. 66 WRC plus. Colorado strikeouts at 21.7% on the year during this situation, which is about league average. And then Musgrove, so much red. His K percentile 66, whiff 61, chase rates at 86. So you got guys like CJ Crone that really chases, 24.8% K rate this year, and he's been higher. Like he had 33% K rate 2020, 27 in 2021. So there's definitely room for more strikeouts. You can take a look at his stats here. Like they're pretty much right in line with where they were last year. So, a 3% K rate drop, or not 3, but somewhere around that. It just seems a little bit kind of like a significant decrease that I don't think is what we should be used to. And Musgrove, someone that will throw like 100 pitches, can even go more than that to finish off an inning. But Colorado is just a very pretty right-handed heavy team, and they're not that great, especially on the road against righties. So that's why I do like Musgrove. I see a lot of people also liking this play, so definitely think this one's going to move to 6 real soon. But at 5.5, he's definitely one of my favorite plays for today. And then on to hitters. So there's one from the White Sox. Wherever he is. Jose Abreu, 6.5 right here. Against Texas, facing Glenn Otto. So Jose Abreu is really heating up, but he really wasn't bad to begin the year. It was just, he was an unlucky hitter. There's some guys like that, like Kyle Tucker was one, Byron Buxton, just some guys that their expected numbers are a lot higher than what the real numbers are, and you're really seeing it now. A ton of red for Jose Abreu. Batting now 253. He was actually near 200 earlier, and expected batting average, it's 300. Hard hit rate, 56.5. That is top 2% of the league. He's lowered his K rate dramatically, and just look at his average. Like he was batting below 200 here, kind of hovering 200, dropped down again under 200, and now he's heating back up, or he's heating up rather. And this matchup against Glenn Otto and the Rangers, their bullpen, it hasn't been terrible, but like we're not expecting the Rangers to be really a competitive team this year, and they're in play for 4.8 runs. And remember, the White Sox, they have some injuries. Tim Anderson's going to be out again. Eloy Jimenez. So they just have guys who are hurt, but Jose Abreu is going to be in the middle of it all. I think at 6.5, it's too low of a projection for this matchup. He probably should be at 7.5. I have interest in Robert and Vaughn as well, but I think Abreu, lower projection than Robert, and also Abreu just being better than Vaughn. I just prefer to play Abreu. If you want to stack it, totally fine with me. And then I'm going to have an under now, and that's going to be Kevin Kiermaier, who, wherever Tampa Bay is, Kiermaier is at 6.5 until I find him. Here, Kevin Kiermaier, 6.5. So they're taking on a lefty. Devin Smeltzer, he's been a pretty good one. Not a high K guy, but Kiermaier, when you see lefty, usually you don't see a line at 6.5 or 7.5, anything higher than that. And we're getting him at 6.5. He's not terrible against lefties. Like, he can hit, but I will say, though, there is a concern that he's just going to DMP. Projection lineup against the lefty, he's not even in it. But because of his defense, certainly they could put him batting like 6th or below. So that's why I think there's definitely a good shot that he will play. And if he does, I'm going to take his under. But now, if you want to play him now, it's definitely risky. Like, I wouldn't play him with the Jason Tatum promo or Musgrove or Luis Garcia if you're worried about the DNP. Like, if you're okay with it being a push, sure, absolutely play it. But just keep in mind that this could definitely become a DNP. But again, it's certainly a good spot. It's just lefty, so that's why I do like the under on this. And then one more actually, fantasy points. That's going to be Jared Walsh at 6. So Tyler Meagle, he's going to be back starting. He's probably going to be limited, but he really struggles against left-handed bats. And taking a look, 239 compared to 382 wOBA allowed against lefties. The K rate's a lot lower, higher walk rate. The fly ball rate is nearly 20% higher. Just some insane numbers that just show that he really struggles against lefties. And I mean, Jared Walsh, yeah, it'd be nice if Mike Trout could be back this game. He's day-to-day. So if he's back, then that's just going to give some more punch to this Angels lineup. They finally won on Thursday, so hopefully they keep it going. The Mets, they're pretty injured too. Like, they lost, or Lindor's back now, but Marte and Pete Alonso got hurt recently in the same game. So that weakens the Mets side. But, just looking at the Angels, like, the struggles from Eagle, like, that's why I really like Walsh. I think at 6, it's a little bit too low of a line, so that's why I'm going to give this one out. And then on to hits and walks. So there are a few. George Springer going to be the first one at 1.5, taking the over. And that's because they're taking on Elvin Rodriguez, just a guy who will walk, and Springer is a batter that will take walks. So it matches up well. He's the leadoff man, so should see a lot of at-bats. They're also on the road. So as long as this game doesn't turn into like a 10-run lead for them, Springer should be able to play the whole game. Even if they do blow him out, hopefully Springer was the one doing the damage. So, he would already have reached the over here. But you got 73-degree weather, 6-mile winds blowing out towards the left, and just a Tigers team that is going to continue to struggle. So I really like it. Springer definitely, he will take walks. That's why I prefer him over Bichette, who just has a lower walk rate. And then two more, both from Baltimore. Cedric Mullins and Trey Mancini. Mancini, he does walk at a higher rate, but Mullins gets the lefty-righty matchup, so he can certainly just do it with 2 hits. But also, he definitely could walk. Like, they're taking on Heasley of the Royals, and this guy, he walks everyone. Like, look at his K rate of 15.4%, bottom 3% of the league. Just absolutely is bad against lefties. And you look at his walk amounts, 4.3, 6.3, 2. Just walks so many guys. And sure, the weather's not as favorable as it was on Thursday, but it's not bad. Like, 80-degree weather, it's still warm there. 6-mile winds blowing in. That's really minor, 6 miles, and a very good 4.8 run total. So that's why I'm continuing to like these Baltimore bats. The Royals, not a good bullpen, so certainly can do damage when it gets to that point. And then on to runs and RBIs. So Marcus Semien, 0.5 against the White Sox. They're taking on Davis Martin, who's made 2 starts so far. He's looked okay, nothing special. And they got a 4.4 run total. Marcus Semien, he's been playing a lot better as of late. And the White Sox, they actually haven't had a good bullpen. You look at some of these names like Liam Hendricks. They're supposed to be lockdown relievers, but they just haven't really had a good bullpen so far. And Semien hitting better as of late. He can steal, get in the scoring position. Corey Seager batting behind him. Guys that have a lot of power. So that's why I think Semien taking a run in RBI prop here. Leadoff guy, always very nice for these type of props. So really like Semien for the over. And then Julio Rodriguez at 0.5, taking the over on this one as well. Taking on Rich Hill. Rich Hill, I mean, this guy, I always like to target the under on him, but right-lefty matchup for Rodriguez hits a lot better against lefties. And Rich Hill, just someone who we don't really know what the workload's going to be. Usually doesn't go too deep, especially against a good offensive team like the Mariners. But I like Rodriguez. He's batting next to Ty France. Hitting after him, France should be absolutely crushing this in this spot. So if we do get a total base prop, I'm going to really like the over 1.5. There's rain in the forecast, but they can just close the roof. So ignore the weather, I guess, for this game. But, just a very good spot, I would say, for Rodriguez. Also a guy with a very, just elite speed, basically. So really like it, just against the pitcher who struggles against righties. So that's why I like this one. And then Trevor Story, again, it's Marco Gonzales. Hopefully the Red Sox do have some of their bats back. Kike Hernandez, he's going to be out. He hurt his hip. But I think it was Xander Bogaerts. He was out. And Rafael Devers also missed the last game. But that was probably more for lefty-lefty. So hopefully they have full strength minus Kike. But Story, just a righty-lefty match against Gonzales. Gonna wait and see on the lineup, because if they don't have Kike, they might try to change up some things in the lineup. So I think at some point we might see Story bumped up in the order, and that's certainly gonna be a big help for this prop. But right now, I'm not gonna lock him in. And then there's no total base props up yet, so I'll update that also with the other usual props that they do post in the morning. But if total bases do get posted, Aaron Judge, Ty France, George Springer, Bo Bichette, and Vladimir Guerrero are the ones that I do have interest in. Outside they're in 1.5. So taking the overs on those if we do get them. But we got a huge 15 game slate today, all afternoon and night games. So I'll be sure to update you guys as we get closer to lock, as we get all of these lineups out. So it's Friday. Have a great weekend. We do have happy hour. Make sure you do play the NBA Jason Tatum prop. That's a freebie. So get that in. And thank you guys for watching. Good luck on this slate, and I'll see you in the next video.